Hello everybody, welcome back once again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate the Enhanced Edition, and in the last session it was a rip-roaring barnstormer. We fought our way through the mines, we lost Kagan in the fight with Mullahay, we came back to Nashkel to cash in on the reward for finding out the source of the Iron Crisis, and en route back here got attacked again by an assassin, Nimble. But before even that, as we exited the mine and were heading north to Nashkel, a group of people claiming to be associates of the Iron Throne attacked us as well. It was an absolutely hellacious session, to say the least. But we are here in the Nashkel Inn. We're all alive, barely, and that's a good thing. And more importantly, in terms of Godan's priorities, he has a fistful of dollars. A coin purse full of gold pieces. And a boatload of magical items to identify. So, he's had his drink, he's had his food. All that is required, is to rest up now, enjoy a good night's sleep, recharge the batteries, and tomorrow we'll see what comes. But before we do that, Nera just has to memorise a boatload of identify spells.
Spit it out. Sorted.
Never had rats. No, sir.
Noble quarters, because we need the most comforting sleep we've had for some time. Marvellous. Right. Time to identify some items then. Passing them all across to Nera. There may well be some that she can make use of. Right. Starting off with then, this ring. Honorary Ring of Soon. Ring of Holiness. Rings of this type were given to faithful priests of Soon, who demonstrated actions of astounding integrity and kindness. When equipped, can memorize one extra divine spell of each level, from 1st to 4th. Sounds like something that Jaheira can make use of, to memorize an extra spell. Marvellous. So she'll have that for the time being. Next item. This wand. Wand of Frost. White crystalline motes spray forth from the wand in a column towards the victim, striking them square in the chest with numbing force. The temperature inside the column is deadly, and damage is 8d6, with a save versus wands for half. 8d6? That is considerably more damage than we can do at this moment in time. That is certainly, and 10 charges as well. That's definitely something that Nera can make use of. Yes, indeedy. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at the short sword next, I think. We've got 2 short swords, in fact. They look exactly the same, to be honest. Short sword +1. I think Imowen already has a short sword +2, the whistling sword, so she's not going to really want to swap that for just a regular +1 sword, so we'll sell that. I imagine this will be the same. Yep. We know what they are. They're arrows of fire, but we just can't identify them yet. Here is a ring. It looks like a ring of infravision. Sell that. Topsider's crutch. And 2 pairs of boots. Boots of Grounding. Talos' gift. Provides 50% electrical resistance. I think we'll sell these as well, to be honest. I can't envisage many people doing electrical damage. Plus we have a potion of grounding which we can use if we need it. Untold years ago, the fortress of the Star Spire Peninsula was placed under the direct torment of Talos, when a favoured storm herald was murdered there. Talos promised the destruction of the city by earthquakes, its isolation by tidal waves, and the death of its citizens by storms. One pair of these boots was bestowed to ensure that none but a single man would survive to tell the story of his wrath. Later, travellers seeking fortune in the ruined city came upon an aged man, maddened by the continuous destruction around him. The boots he wore would carry, to many a distant land, the legend of a city consumed by a god's rage. Boots with such an epic story behind them surely don't deserve to be sold, but that's what's going to happen to them. We've got a scroll to use now. Senses of the Cat. Boots of Avoidance. The magic of these boots was specifically designed to detect incoming missiles and aid the wearer in avoiding them. They were originally commissioned by the instructor of an archery academy who had tired of suffering accidents at the hands of his inexperienced students. Gives us extra protection against missiles. Well, I'm going to give those two Godan because usually he charges into the battle first of all. So if he's under fire from missiles, then these will give him extra protection. Alright, so selling these swords, selling that boot, selling this, and there's one more item, two more items, but Nera doesn't have any more spells. So I think some further rest is in order.
You right, Salty.
Never had rest. No sorry.
Some more comforting rest. Right, where were we? Shield. Small shield. Small shield +1. No protection against missiles and an armour class of +2. Nobody really making use of a small shield, I don't think. She can't use small shields, I don't think. Nope. Not that we would have her using one with a bow anyway, but so that's another one to sell. And finally... Ooh! Arrows of Fire! +2! Well, I don't know if there's Arrows of Fire +1 to be fair, but yeah, Arrows of Fire +2, nice! So 1d6 +2 damage, plus an extra d6 fire damage, save versus spell for none. +2 to hit. Very nice indeed. Imoen, they're yours. Okay. So I think that is everything. So what we'll do is we'll have one more rest and recuperate. Two sleeps. Two magic missiles. A charmed person and a reckless dreamer. And Jaheira can have an extra spell, Doom.
Go on, right, what's this head?
More sleep.
No sorry.
You were startled out of sleep with a chill, though the night is warm and calm. It is though someone has walked across your grave, and for a moment you wonder if it was you. With this thought, the ground beneath you opens, and you are swept into the dark. When light returns, you do not find its presence comforting. Before you lay the empty mines of Nashkel, cleansed by your previous passage. You move through walls and floors alike, descending deeper and deeper until a bloated figure comes into view. Mullahay, in no better shape than you left him, stands motionless before you. Held from whatever afterlife calls it, this foul apparition has been waiting for you. A dagger of bone hovers before it, ready for a willing hand to drive it deep. Had this creature breath, you were sure it would be hurling curses. It waits for the kill, a death beyond death, and knows no hope. You turn your back on the blade, and it clatters to the floor. Punishment enough shall find this creature in the land of the dead. You need not inflict any more upon him. Surprised and thankful, the visage of Mullahay hobbles forward and through you, off to whatever fate it deserves. Perhaps for safekeeping, it leaves a part of itself behind. It is a spark of hope that fills a space within you, a dagger-shaped hole you did not know was empty. There is a cry of rage from the depths, and the dagger of bone launches itself through the air. Your heart, its target. You awake just as it should have struck, and the cold sweat that covers you stings your eyes. A disapproving voice lingers in your ears, though it should have disappeared with the dream. You will learn.
Okay, another one of those kind of dreams, those weird dreams. This time involving Mullahay in the mines. But the most chilling thing about it, that voice. You will learn. What will we learn? If it's something to do with the last dream, we will learn about our potential future power. It's another dream that sends a chill down Godan's spine. Perhaps he spent too much time resting now, and it's time for him to move on. Could be a sign. Right.
Can I help you?
Take a quick peek, so will you have the correct spells on? Marvellous. Alright. Take a quick check in the inventories. Much needed rest in the Nashkel Inn comes to an end. 24 hours of relative sanctuary was much welcome, especially after the events that transpired the day before. Despite enjoying the inn's delights for an extended period of time, Godan did not appear to have rested as easy as the others. He had a strained look on his face, and when asked if he was feeling well by a concerned Immerwan, he brushed her aside and changed the subject. The truth was, he did not sleep easy. Another strange dream indicating that perhaps somebody or something was not happy with him, and the strange voice at the end sent a chill up Godan's spine. In addition to this, he had some news to deliver to Khalid and Jaheira. As much as he wanted rid of the stuttering half-elf, both he and Jaheira had provided a loyal service to the company, and informing them that they were no longer required would not be an easy task. He briefly considered leaving them in the same fashion as he had abandoned Montron and Zar, but decided that after helping him so during his hour of need following Orion's death, he owed them a more honourable separation, and he decided that he would be honest with them. Right, so we've spent a lot of time resting, and Godan's done a lot of thinking. Something he was thinking about, he was almost certain he had made his choice, but now he is certain. So as we are about to leave Nashkel to pastures new adventures and all that sort of stuff, he turns to Jaheira and Khalid and thanks them for their services. Gorion told us to go to the Friendly Arm to seek out these two who would look out for us and guide us on our way, and we feel that at this moment in time we've heeded their advice where necessary, utilised their lessons, but now we are more than capable of standing on our own 2 feet, and therefore require their guidance no more. They were adamant that we should head to Nashkel to sort out the mining problem, or investigate it. We've done that. But the time has now come for us to split away from the two of them. The decision was made relatively easy for Godan. He wants to hire the services of Dawn, because he sounds like just the type of character that should be brought into our ranks. A ruthless half-orc that takes no prisoners and gets the job done. Certainly more promising than the bumbling, stuttering, cowardly type half-elf that we have in our party here, Khalid. And, well, where Khalid goes, Jaheira will follow. But fortunately, there is somebody out there that may be able to take her place too. Branwen, who we rescued from the Nashkel Carnival, freed her from the petrification spell. She serves as a cleric, healer. That's what we have Jaheira doing, is healing us, and therefore her services will be useful too. So we're saying goodbye to Jaheira and Khalid, and Godan is going to part on good terms, not like Montron and Zar, where we left them on the lurch and robbed them blind before we left. This is going to be because he is grateful. He is grateful. When he was down in the dumps, Garain had been killed. He was lost, confused. We've got to give it to Jaheira at least, more than Khalid, to be fair. She's acted as a motherly figure and showed us the way. So we don't want to part on bad terms. And you never know, if things don't work out with the new companions, these two may well be back. And I'm sure that they'll understand that we're going to need the equipment that they've been granted to help us on our way. So the sword that Khalid has is going to go. He can keep the longbow and arrows, give him some kind of weaponry when he makes his trip back to the Friendly Arm, which I'm assuming where he's going to end up. But the potions is company property. The shield is company property. The helmet and plate, company property. I'm afraid. I feel kind of bad, to be fair, but this is the way it must be. We'll leave Jaheira with the club to protect herself. She can keep her shield. We don't need two shields, I don't think. Unless Branwen can use one as well. She might be able to, actually. So, the ring as well. The helmet. And the plate. And the potions. And off they tootle.
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
I openly question your judgment, but it is your decision to make. You do show some measure of leadership, and I should be glad to assist you in the future. Come, Khalid, we must depart for now. And where are they departing to?
Go on then.
Are they staying here? I thought they would make their way to the Friendly Arm, which is where we found them, but obviously they're not. They're staying here. So we're just going to have to remember where we've left them in case we need their services again.
Spit it out.
But first stop, the Nashkel Carnival.
Sorted.
Oh, not quite. Not quite. Bit of jiggery pokery required. As expected, it wasn't easy, and Jaheira was very insistent that she and Khalid should still accompany Godan on his travels, as they still had more to teach him, and wanted to ensure of his safety during the next phase of his quest. Godan had to tell a little white lie or two regarding his reasoning for wanting to part ways with the duo, explaining that he wanted an opportunity to stand on his own 2 feet and forge his own path, free from who he considered guardians, as appointed by Garain. He didn't think it would go down too well, stating that he simply was sick and tired of Khalid's cowardly ways. When finally accepting that they would no longer be moving on with the group, Jaheira explains that both she and Khalid would remain behind in Nashkel and assist their acquaintance, Baron Gaskill, in getting the mine back up and running, and that should Godan require their services again in the future, he should return to the town. Right. First up, the Nashkel Mines. And look at this. It looks like we have some new locations unlocked on the old map here. We have Durlag's Tower and the Firewine Bridge. Not going to quite investigate those areas just yet. After we've picked up Dawn and Branwen, the first port of call is to head back to here. Because we've got a bone to pick with some people that we need to get revenge on. And whilst we're there, we'll look for winter wolf pelts. And we'll also scout the southern areas south of Nashkel for further winter wolf pelts, because they're worth 500 gold pieces a pop. And, well, we know how Godan likes his money. So, whilst an opportunity to make some,
Go on then.
we shall take it.
I'm on it.
Right, anyway. Where's Branwen? Where is she? Where's good old Branwen? Come here,
What's
lovey.
this then?
Before leaving Nashkel, a trip to the carnival was in order, although this time it was purely for business and not for pleasure. Branwen had offered her services in exchange for being freed from her petrified state, and when asked how she could provide such services to the company, she explained that before ending up as a solid statue, she was a priest and cleric that could offer healing capabilities to the group as well as a strong sword arm. Unfortunately at the time, there was no room at the inn to coin a phrase. But now, with the party too lighter, Jaheira's natural replacement seems to have been found. Godan just hopes that she's not as outspoken as her predecessor.